again welcome everybody. So the next book is most likely this summer or this fall. Beautiful stories about, hold on, about Parvati and Shiva. And yeah, so there are, I think, 12, 13 chapters. And it's a great continuation of Thousand Seeds of Joy. So that will happen. Then audio book of Thousand Seeds of Joy should be released also this summer. Okay. That book will be very nice because we have a amazing Devi teacher, Ananda Devi Ma. You all have heard her songs, her prayers, Devi prayer. It is played before our programs. It's one of the most played chants all over the world. It has like 50 million downloads. She's a divine singer, divine painter. She's got so much Lakshmi energy. So she will be in her voice speaking as Lakshmi ji, as Lakshmi Ma. And I ask all the questions. And we added some echo in the voice, so it sounds completely like she's goddess speaking. So that book is coming in the summer. And we'll have this daily reach, daily Devi Kriya. Now we have Tuesday, my sessions. Thursday, we have Urmila Devi. We'll add another Devi teacher once a week. So you should be able to join every day with something with Devi Circle. That is the goal. Soon in the summer, we'll start Devi Yoga also. Devi Yoga is being channeled by Goddess Parvati in the next book. Did you think that there was a feminine yoga? And that's what Devi Yoga is. It mixes emotions, soul feelings in your postures. And we have a wonderful teacher. She will do Devi Yoga at 7 a.m. every morning. So all of these things will start coming. So yeah, do join more often. People who are joining the Kriya, Sonia, you're having great experiences, right? So it's been beautiful. Just wake up at 5 and put your phone on and just get into meditation, join. It's a very beautiful experience. So back to Thousand Seeds of Joy. Today we have first part. So the book has 7 parts. The first part is called The Joy of a New Creation. And this part is the only part in this book which is channeled by Goddess Saraswati. Even though we say this is channeled by Lakshmi ji, this is by Saraswati ji, generally they're all together. These goddesses are together many times. But yes, it's focusing, definitely Saraswati ji's voice is coming more, but Lakshmi ji was also there. And so this is all wisdom, the first part. It's a joy of a new creation. Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of creation with Brahma. And she is known for her wisdom. The wisdom is so powerful that we've been told it'll go on for 300 years, this wisdom, as the earth evolves and evolves. So these books are futuristic, as you will see in the next book also. They are really not about the humanity that exists today, because there's a lot of conversation about the coming matriarchy, where the feminine will be so empowered. And we don't see that anywhere. Right now, all the world systems are very patriarchal. They're futuristic, there are new ways of living, not just a man-woman living, nuclear families. There are all kinds of things will change on Mother Earth, how we live, how we practice spirituality, how we work. Right now, it's all divided. Either you are materialistic and making a lot of money, or you go to an ashram and you're doing spirituality. It's all divided. In the future, things won't be so divided. Your home will be the place which will be like an ashram, mini ashram. You don't have to go away to an ashram. So when will that kind of world manifest? That's a futuristic world. So, so these books are, more about the future, and this whole part, the joy of a new creation, this part is where the wisdom comes. And this wisdom, as I said, is going to go for a long time. So, what are the main elements of this wisdom? That is what we will discuss today, and how it connects to streams of knowledge, scriptures, psychology, sociology, history. It connects everything. It gives you another look at history, because the history written in scriptures is also not, we know that it's not accurate in most religions, but even in Hinduism, it's not accurate. And goddesses correct that. It's got psychology. So let's consider psychology first. Okay, because a lot of people are, you know, in a session like this, you want to hear knowledge. And so we'll connect what is there in first part with psychology, wisdom. We will do that. But before we do that, let's take a few deep breaths so that the information will go deeper. Okay, just for a couple of minutes. We're not going to do an extended meditation. It's always good to center, to ground yourself. So a couple of rules when you're grounding yourself: feel your weight left and right, like I'm doing, and see if your body is balanced. Okay, then you'll find the middle point, and then get your spine a bit erect wherever you're sitting. If you're sitting in the chair, move back a little bit, and see if your back is straight. Okay, and then gently pay attention to your breath. Close your eyes and just do a few breathe outs. Breathe in and just breathe out. Just let the tension out. 9 o'clock. A lot of things have happened in the day. So just keep breathing out. Ah, take a few deep breaths and breathe out. Just to spend a little more time on breathing out. Again, inhale and breathe out. Start feeling your weight where you're sitting. Start listening to all the sounds in the room. Besides my speaking, there are other sounds. Become aware of those sounds. Keep feeling the weight of your body. Just have this sudden thought that you're free from the day. Feel the freedom. Just let it go, whatever happened in the day. This hour is for you. So just release all the tension. Totally surrender to this hour so you can get the most out of it. When we're listening, try to listen from the body. There's a simple reason why. When you listen from the mind and something you don't know if it's right or wrong, your mind will not give you the right answer. Listen from the body will tell you this is right or this is not right. Body does not make the mistake. It lives in the present moment. So always engage in the body when you're listening. Listen from the body. Okay. So with that little breathing, now you can again gently put your hands on your eyes. Gently open the eyes. And now we can feel more grounded just in these 2 minutes. So now you'll listen better. So the heart of the concept in this entire book, in this whole book, is the meeting of infinity with finite. You see, there's a lot of wisdom in the meeting. If you just become infinite and you stay there, then why did you come on earth? You could have stayed in the heavens. Why did the soul incarnate? Do you see? There's a little logic there. I mean, if you came on earth, there must have been something to do with the finite, right? So you cannot ignore the finite. You can't just meditate and go, oh, I'm in the seventh chakra and I'm in my bliss and just stay there. That's not the purpose. The purpose is the meeting. You want the infinite to meet with the finite. Okay. That is the magic of incarnations. Otherwise, we don't incarnate. Now, on the other extreme, some people just remain in the finite. They just get engrossed in careers and money and looks and small things. They don't meditate, they don't breathe. They have limited exploration of life. They can have a good life, they die, but they never felt those aha moments beyond their childhood. Almost everybody gets to have a lovely childhood, but then how many people can take those beautiful wonder years into the adulthood? Most of us forget. We don't even know how beautiful we used to feel, how amazing childhood was. We forget. So we don't miss it, right? So you can be in the infinite by meditation, or you can be in the finite by getting lost in the mind. But neither is going to serve you. Just staying in infinite, that's not the purpose of being on earth. Just be on a mountain and all the time meditating. That's not the purpose. Then you could have just stayed in the heavens. You came here to learn some lessons, deal with life. So can't just stay in the infinite. If you just stay only in the finite, you again are not meeting the purpose of your life. Purpose of every life at some level is to meet in your own way. In your own way, try to get the infinity in your finite life. This is where spirituality and psychology go different ways. In psychology, everything that's happening in your mind is finite. All emotions are finite. Happiness is an emotion. Joy is an emotion. Sadness is an emotion. Guilt is an emotion. Sorrow is an emotion. All of these, jealousy, envy, joy, love, everything is just an emotion. This is where, when Saraswati ji's wisdom came, I was blown away. So her wisdom was that you are 4 levels of consciousness. Mind is only one. In psychology, most of the consciousness is understood with mind, with brain. That's all what you are, according to modern science. Because neurons, they feel and whatever, and it's all to do with the mind. Saraswati Ma says mind is actually the most outer realm. It's the most finite, even more finite than the body. This doesn't become clear when you come on the path, but the more you meditate, it becomes clearer and clearer. And in Buddhism also, this is very clear that body is the vehicle and mind is just a part of it. Okay, so the mind is the most superficial level of consciousness, the whole mind. You go a little deeper, it's the body. What do we mean by the body? Anybody? What do we mean by the body? You can also chat. Oh, there are 13 chat messages. I didn't even look. Oh, कई लोग बोल रहे हैं क्या हिंदी में भी करें या आज इंग्लिश में ही करते हैं फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम हिंदी में कितने लोग हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर नॉट फॉलोइंग थिंक इट्स ओके आज इंग्लिश में टुडे विल डू इन इंग्लिश and then or mix okay okay let me try yes bodies are outer cover okay so let's see how we can do this language is always a challenge okay so mind is the most outer what we'll do is we'll do mostly English some Hindi let's do it that way today some in between I'll put some Hindi okay so mind is the most outer then the body then the soul and then the higher self. Four levels of consciousness in a very basic way. There are many bodies, pranic body and other bodies, but we're talking in the most basic way. Mind is the thinking, emoting realm. Body is sensations. When you breathe in, you feel the sensation. When there's an ulcer, you feel the sensation. When there's an inner joy coming from the body, you feel the sensation. Children feel that. Okay, so body sensations. Soul, what is soul? This is where Saraswati Ma's wisdom gets interesting. Soul can be glimpsed with feelings of the soul called soul feelings. What are soul feelings? If you look at the book, there are a lot of soul feelings. So why is that different from emotions? In psychology, everything will be just emotions. So why is that different? And this is where Saraswati Ma's wisdom comes in. This is where when I began, on this earth, you are making infinity meet the finite. Soul feelings are infinite. Infinite joy, infinite love, infinite compassion, infinite gratitude. Goddesses, when they talk to many people, including myself, the first sentence they always say is, thank you. Thank you for, I'm asking the questions, but thank you for your questions. Gratitude is filled in this universe. Everything is thanking everything. It's almost infinite. So there are 54 of these in the book. Things like sincerity, truth, honesty. So a soul feeling basically is a feeling that will dissolve your ego and make you aware of your soul. Simple. So, based on that, hate cannot be a soul feeling. Hate increases your ego, doesn't dissolve your ego. And hate does not make you aware of your soul. Love does. So Saraswati Ma says there's a huge difference between emotions, which are finite, and soul feelings, which are infinite. So there are many soul feelings. Most of them feel infinite. Some of them, like security, courage, might feel, okay, this might be finite. But even they dissolve your ego, so they are called soul feelings. And then the last is higher self, ultimate emptiness, fullness, which in psychology there's nothing. So in psychology, you end at body sensations, mind and body sensations. But the two parts, soul feelings and higher self, is absent. तो हिंदी में जरा बता देते हैं कि हम बात कर रहे हैं सरस्वती माँ के ज्ञान की, विजडम की, और साइकोलॉजी से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं. तो साइकोलॉजी में सारी कॉन्शियसनेस खाली अपने मन में, दिमाग में होती है, जो मॉडर्न साइंस है. सरस्वती माँ ज्ञान की देवी है. वो क्या कहती है? वो कहती है ये बड़ा लिमिटेड व्यू पॉइंट है. तो जो असली में जो हो रहा है, उसमें जो आपका मन है, दिमाग है, वो तो खाली एक लेवल है कॉन्शियसनेस का, चेतना का. खाली एक भाग है. चार भाग है, मोटे मोटे. मतलब एकदम अपन गहराई में नहीं जा रहे हैं, मगर एकदम मोटे मोटे में देखेंगे तो चार भाग हैं. एक है मन और दिमाग, माइंड ब्रेन, जो आप बोल सकते हैं. दूसरा है आपका आपका शरीर. शरीर में जो सनसनाहट, जो सेंसेशंस होते हैं, ठीक है, और वो साइकोलॉजी में भी होते हैं. फिर है आत्मा की भावनाएं, आत्म भावनाएं. आत्मा अनंत होती है और उसकी भावनाएं अनंत होती हैं. तो जब आप अनंतता में मिल जाते हैं, वो होता है जब आप ज्यादातर शरीर छोड़ेंगे तो वापस अपनी आत्मा के दर्शन होते हैं. तो जब आप आत्मा से मिल जाते हैं तो वो अनंतता महसूस करते हैं. अनंत प्यार, अनंत आनंद, परमानंद, अनंत आजादी. ऐसी आजादी कि कभी महसूस नहीं करी. अनंत शांति, परम शांति. कई धर्म शांति पर ही बने हुए हैं. उनका मेन जो वर्ड्स हैं, ओम शांति, ब्रह्म कुमारी. कई आजादी पे बने हुए हैं, फ्रीडम फ्रॉम सफरिंग, बुद्धिज्म में. उनका क्या गोल है? फ्रीडम फ्रॉम सफरिंग, फ्रीडम पे बना हुआ है. कई आनंद पे बने हुए हैं. तो ये सारी जो सोल फीलिंग्स है, इन पे धर्म बने हुए हैं. क्रिश्चियनिटी प्यार पे बना हुआ है. जीसस कहते हैं अपने पड़ोसी से भी प्यार करो, सबसे प्यार करो, जैसे अपने आप से प्यार करते हो वैसे ही पड़ोसियों से करो. तो धर्म इन पे क्यों बने हुए हैं? क्योंकि ये अनंत है, ये फीलिंग्स. शांति, आजादी, प्रेम, करुणा. और सरस्वती माँ कहती है इनको हम इमोशंस नहीं कह सकते, क्योंकि ये आपके अहम को डिसॉल्व करते हैं, खत्म करते हैं, और आपकी आत्मा से मिलाते हैं आप. तो ये इमोशंस नहीं है. इमोशंस जैसे घृणा, द्वेष, जलन, ये आपको सीमितता में रखते हैं और सीमितता का ही अनुभव कराते हैं. सफरिंग यहां से आती है. तो ये फर्क देखना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि इस फर्क को जानेंगे तो उत्सुकता आएगी कि अपन आत्मा को जाने. और आत्मा को सोच से नहीं जाना जा सकता. उसका रास्ता जाएगा हायर लेवल, शरीर से जाएगा. तो शरीर में आना इसलिए जरूरी है, सांसों में आना इसलिए जरूरी है, क्योंकि दरवाजा खुलेगा आत्मा का. सांसें लेंगे तो दर्शन होंगे. खाली सोचते ही रहेंगे। कई साइंटिस्ट सोचते ही रहते हैं, न्यूटन भी सोचता था, आइंस्टाइन भी सोचते थे, क्या वो एनलाइटन हो गए? नहीं। एनलाइटनमेंट सोचने से नहीं आता। दिमाग से आप पहुंच ही नहीं सकते शरीर और आत्मा में, केवल दिमाग में ही रह जाओगे। और साइकोलॉजी में इसका कुछ एक्नॉलेजमेंट नहीं है, क्योंकि उन्होंने एक्नॉलेज ही नहीं किया है कि इन्फिनिटी कुछ होती है। और उसके बाद सोल के बाद हायर सेल्फ, जो आपका पूरा अनंतता और शून्यता जहां मिल जाती है, वो रूप। Okay, so we had a little bit of Hindi in this. Now, a question, could you elaborate a little bit on higher self? So, higher self, good question. Higher self, as the word says, higher. It does not say self, it does not say highest, it says higher. And there's a deep wisdom behind why it's higher self. Because spiritual growth is forever. You become your higher self, and even that higher self becomes a deeper higher self. Goes on forever. Realms of bliss, infinities, and then greater infinities, and then even greater infinities. There's always a higher self for every higher self. Never ends. That's why the word higher. So we're just starting. We're starting at the extreme. We become finite minds. Then we come in the body, we get to relax. Oh, it's not so much like a prison because you're in the body. You start relaxing. Then you come in the soul, you start expanding. And then you come in the higher self, it's you start feeling infinities. Okay. So given these four levels of consciousness, how to transform, how to, as I started in the beginning, how to have the infinite meet the finite. That is the reason you are on planet Earth. You want to make the infinite meet the finite. How do you do it? Anybody? How would you make the infinite meet the finite? Chat में डाल सकते हैं. You can put it in the chat. By breath, by Devi Kriya, by other Kriyas also, I'm sure. Meditation, Dhyan. So yeah, you know the answers. To become infinite, you have to go through zero. Listen to that. To become infinite, you must dissolve. Dissolve your mind, dissolve your thinking, dissolve your emotions, dissolve your concepts, dissolve your beliefs, dissolve your sense of self, your ego, who you are, dissolve your personality. I am this, I am that, I'm a professor, I'm a singer, I'm Indian. That's a big personality right there. I'm American or I'm Indian. There's so much identity attached to country, religion, race. You're filled with all of this. This is the mind. You're completely filled with that, or pouring with over, pouring with that. And so you start dissolving your mind mostly. Because in the end, the four levels of consciousness is also a creation of the mind. At some level, you'll dissolve that also. When you dissolve the mind, these levels of consciousness also will not be separate. Everything will unify into oneness. Then you will dissolve that also. So you're basically dissolving thinking mind, emoting mind. And the way to do that is you cannot do that with the mind. You cannot think your way out of thinking. You can tell yourself, I will not think about a red monkey when I close my eyes. And that is all that you will think about, the red-faced monkey. Because mind works like that. Whatever you push away, it comes back to you. So mind is very non-linear. You need skill to work with the mind. The only way to work with the mind, use the other three levels of consciousness. Easy. That's what Saraswati Ma says. Don't use the mind. Use the body. Do some yoga. Sit with balance. Even while you're sitting right now, ideally, you know how I would be talking? Ideally, I would be continuously connecting back to the body, feel the balance, get into the infinity, and again talk. But when we do that, you lose your patience sometimes because you'll be like, this is so slow. He's speaking one sentence at a time. So we tend to talk a little bit more. But ideal consciousness would be you sit, you breathe, you speak, then again you feel the infinity, again the body, again you speak, and you stay in balance. So even when you're listening, every now and then don't use your mind too much, just start breathing. Come back to the body, and then again listen. It'll go much deeper. So, how do you dissolve the mind? Other three levels. Use the body with the breath, feel the sensations. That's why many times we say, close your eyes, listen to all the sounds in the room. Right now, as soon as I say that, there's this sound of silence right now. Can you feel it? Just have to breathe a little bit, and there's a sound of silence. It's right here. There are other sounds. So that's what we mean by being in the body, all the senses. Feel the gravity. See if you're a little bit left or right. Feel the balance. Feel the weight of your body. Even as you're listening, you can start connecting. Because when you're listening, you're in the head. So every now and then breathe, come back to the body, and then listen. And again, you get too much in the mind, remind yourself back in the body, and then listen. It's a little uncomfortable initially because our ego is used to just one track, just analyze, just use the mind. But break that. Learn the stop method of doing anything. Stop, stop, stop in between. Anything that you're doing, stop. Feel the body, connect with your soul, and then continue doing it. That entire Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, it's a conversation between Shiva and Parvati, which we discuss in the next book also, with Parvati Ma. The entire concept is based on this stopping in everything, finding the spaces. Just not continuously doing something, finding the spaces. Okay, so this is how you let the body come in through the sensations. And then you let the soul come in. How does the soul come in? Soul comes in with Saraswati Ma's wisdom, with soul feelings. We all have known that unconditional love of a mother Our mothers have raised us. We know what it is. Even if you're a man or a woman, even if you have a child or not, can you have the mother's heart? Nurture. That is where love is. We all, not all, but many of us have pets. You really want to learn unconditional love? Seriously? It's very easy. Just it's in your dog's eyes. It's when you pet your dog, that's unconditional love. Animals are all about the heart chakra. Even though there is some violence in animals, when they are with their own family and their own, you know, species, a lot is about the heart chakra. They're just pure. I mean, how a dog, anytime you come home, even after 20 years, it's the same love. It's like how we used to be when we were children. 5 year old, Papa comes home, yes, daddy, or whatever, or mommy comes, and you're all filled with love. A dog remains that for entire life. What happened to us? As soon as we became 10, puberty started, ego came in. You want to lock yourself in your room, don't talk to your parents. You want to just look at your cell phone. Come 15, 20, you have your own issues. Where is love? Where is that unconditional love that the dog had, that you had when you were 5 year old? We forget that. So soul feelings is another way to dissolve the mind. The entire wisdom in the first part is how to dissolve the mind. 4 levels of consciousness, one is mind. Then you use the other three. Use the body, use the soul. So practice every day acts of kindness, humility, honesty. Make an intention. I will try my best to not lie today, even for small things. I will not. Even if it is inconvenient, I will speak the truth. No small lies. Many people just lie for simple conveniences. Why do that? Because when you do that, then you tell your mind it's okay to lie. Make an intention. No. Even for small things, I'll try my best to not lie. Speak the truth. Of course, yeah. If speaking the truth is completely going to hurt somebody and it's going to destroy them, you can always be silent. Buddha said, just be silent, don't have to speak, right? But sometimes, but definitely do not lie. So that could be one thing. So surrender to soul feelings, love, joy, dance every day. Do we dance every day? No. Sing in the bathroom if the voice sounds better. Do small things to get yourself back in singing, dancing, laughing, all things beyond the mind. We get in a rat race and we want to get better at our jobs, and the society just takes life out of us. It just makes us machines. Machines that objective is success. The machine is trying to attain success. Hey, what happened to happiness? What happened to love? What happened to joy? What happened to freedom? What happened to aha moments of childhood? Why are you living? Have you just become a machine trying to just succeed in life? And that is where soul feelings, read about them, think about that. Do I really have compassion? Like, suppose you're in a taxi and a beggar walks by. You've decided not to give money because that will encourage more beggars. But you can at least look in their eyes. Can't you do that? Can make an eye connection, smile. Maybe that'll make it a little more difficult because then you'll have to give some money. Sometimes maybe you will. Sometimes you won't. Just keep smiling. Just say namaste. That beggar has nobody said namaste to that beggar ever. People just look away like, they don't matter. That will give happiness. Like, see, such a small thing one can do. It doesn't cost you anything. So, how can we add acts of kindness, compassion, love, joy, feel the freedom? Why did I say dance? Because you feel the freedom. Do anything and listen to some nice music. There are all kinds of devotional music too, and kind of this, I don't know how to define it, soul music. There's some great singers like Snatam Kaur, like Deva Premil, like even like Enya. Listen to some music can get in the head or it can get in the heart or it can get in the emotions. Bollywood is all emotions. A lot of the music, not all, but a lot can be just second chakra or third chakra. But there is music for the heart. Listen to that music. So soul can be invited in many ways. And then last is higher self. Life has got great difficulty. You don't know what to do. Pray. Pray to God. Pray to goddesses. Do mantras. Do chanting. You're really connecting with your own higher self because when you go to God, that's a reflection of your higher self. Your higher self is like God. So whenever you're praying to God, you're really connecting with your higher self because your higher self is also God. Totally. Your gods, your goddesses. That's what your higher self is. So even praying can be amazing. Complete devotion, pray. The mind will soften. Why do you think in Western countries they've done studies? The kids who have religion in their life, who go to church or temple, whatever, who have religion, and kids who don't, there's a big difference. Just having some religion, kids are actually much more balanced. This is true. They've done studies. It is not that the God is making them like that. They are feeling the peace. They're connecting with their own higher self. When you go to a church or a temple and you pray, mind relaxes. That's a way to dissolve the mind. Simple. So, Saraswati Ma's wisdom is use these levels of consciousness to dissolve your mind. Devi Kriya, body processes, yoga, even adventure, swimming, anything with the body, dance, or live with soul feelings every day, or pray. And almost all religions you can see will in the end will be either using their body or their soul or their higher self. So that wisdom is captured with Saraswati. So that is the first part of the book in a nutshell. तो हम यही डिस्कस कर रहे थे अभी तक कि सारांश में कि अपने मन से जो मन चलता रहता है दिमाग चलता रहता है उससे कैसे निकले सोच से नहीं सोच करके आप सोच से नहीं निकल सकते कि मैं सोचूंगा नहीं ऐसे कैसे होगा अगर इतना आसान होता तो हम सब इनलाइटन हो जाते बस बोलते हम सोचेंगे नहीं खत्म उससे निकलने के लिए मन से निकलने के लिए अहम से निकलने के लिए आपको जो चार चेतना के लेवल्स हैं एक है मन, दूसरा है शरीर, तीसरा है आत्मा, और चौथा है आपका उच्च स्वयं, हायर सेल्फ, आपकी बड़ी आत्मा। तो ये चारों लेवल्स में तीन लेवल्स को आप यूज कर सकते हैं मन को शांत करने के लिए। अपने शरीर को यूज कर सकते हैं, शरीर के सेंसेशंस महसूस करिए, आंखें बंद करिए, आवाजों को सुनिए, शांति की गूंज को सुनिए, सब आवाजों को अंदर आने दीजिए, अपनी ग्रेविटी महसूस करिए, सेंसेशंस जो भी हो रहे हैं उनको महसूस करिए। माइंडफुलनेस जिसको कहते हैं, पूरे शरीर में आते जाइए, मन शांत होने लगेगा। बहुत सिंपल तरीका है, देवी क्रिया करिए तो बहुत फास्ट मन शांत होता है। रोज सुबह कराते हैं हम 5 बजे। फिर है आत्मा, आत्मा की भावनाएं, असीम प्रेम, अनंत करुणा, परमानंद, ऐसी खुशी जो आपने बचपन में महसूस करी थी, आजादी, एकदम अनंत आजादी, पूरी स्वतंत्रता, गहरी करुणा, सच्चाई, ईमानदारी, सारी भावनाएं जो आपके अहम को खत्म करती हैं और आपको अपनी आत्मा से जोड़ती हैं। ये इमोशंस नहीं हैं, इमोशंस आपके अहम के चारों तरफ घूमते हैं। द्वेष, घृणा, जलन, ये सब इमोशंस, भावनाएं, ये मानसिक भावनाएं हैं। सरस्वती माँ बहुत गहरा पॉइंट करती हैं पहले भाग में इस किताब में कि आत्मा की भावनाएं अनंत होती हैं, आपके अहम को खत्म करती हैं, और मानसिक भावनाएं सीमित होती है और आपके अहम को बढ़ाती हैं। मानसिक भावनाओं में जिएंगे, गुस्से में, ग्लानि में, घृणा में, द्वेष में, तो उसी में आप जीते जाएंगे, खुशी कभी नहीं आएगी। तो शरीर से मन को शांत कर सकते हैं, भावनाओं, मानसिक भावनाओं को, विचारों को। फिर आत्म भावनाओं से शांत कर सकते हैं आप मन को। और फिर लास्ट है आपका, आपकी बड़ी आत्मा, आपका उच्च स्वयं, हायर सेल्फ, आपका भगवान का रूप। आप अंदर से भगवान हो, बुद्ध हो। जब आप बुद्ध की प्रार्थना करते हो, या राधा को पूजते हो, या लक्ष्मी माँ या दुर्गा माँ, आप अपने ही हायर सेल्फ से जुड़ रहे हो, क्योंकि सारे हायर सेल्फ जुड़े हुए हैं, एक हैं। तो जब मैं जुड़ जाता हूँ राम सीता से, तो मैं अपने आप अपने भगवान के रूप से जुड़ गया। तो वो एक लास्ट तरीका है। तो ये तीन तरीकों से आप मन शांत कर सकते हो। चलो, दिस इज ऑल द नॉलेज। अब कुछ क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करते हैं। दिस इज बेसिकली द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द बुक का मेन पार्ट। और भी कुछ है, बट दिस इज द मेन विजडम, कि वाई साइकोलॉजी इज लिमिटेड और वाई सरस्वती माज विजडम इज मोर प्रोफाउंड। क्योंकि साइकोलॉजिस्ट, आपने देखा होगा, सॉरी अगर कुछ साइकोलॉजिस्ट ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, थोड़े थोड़े साइकोलॉजिस्ट भी थोड़े एज पे ही होते हैं। कई प्रॉब्लम्स होती है इसलिए वो साइकोलॉजी में चले जाते हैं, ठीक है। तो वो भी कभी कभी इतने फुल्ली बैलेंस नहीं होते। अगर उनकी कोई बॉडी प्रैक्टिस है, ब्रीदिंग करते हैं, सांसों की एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, उस तरह का करते हैं, या कोई अच्छा स्पिरिचुअल रास्ता है, तो बैलेंस होंगे। एकदम खाली दिमाग में ही जिएंगे ना, तो साइकोलॉजी भी थोड़े ऑफ हो जाएंगे। आपको लगेगा कि यार ये क्या, इस साइकोलॉजिस्ट से इनको इतनी प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है। क्योंकि दिमाग से दिमाग ठीक नहीं किया जा सकता, और वो या तो ड्रग्स देते हैं या साइकोथेरेपी। ज्यादातर ड्रग्स से तो वैसे ही बॉडी खराब हो जाती है, स्टडीज हुई है कि जिनको ड्रग्स देते हैं, जिनको ड्रग्स नहीं देते, तो जिनको लॉन्ग टर्म ड्रग्स देते हैं उनका दिमाग और खराब हो जाता है, और जो थोड़े थोड़े मेंटल पेशेंट्स होते हैं जिनको ड्रग्स नहीं देते, उनको प्यार देते हैं, वो ठीक होते जाते हैं। तो दैट इज द बिग डिफरेंस बिटवीन साइकोलॉजी एंड स्पिरिचुअलिटी। तो सरस्वती मास विजडम इज वेरी प्रोफाउंड, और इमोशंस को सेपरेट करना, इन्फिनिट और फाइनाइट, दैट इज द मेन विजडम। चलो, now let's take some questions. Anybody want to raise your hand? कोई भी सवाल किताब का, पहले पार्ट का या और पार्ट्स का, या कुछ भी आपको शेयर करना हो, anything you want to share?
Yes. Can I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, please, Sumana. Yeah.
So earlier, you said that emotions are nothing. It can be dissolved with body and soul or higher self.
Yeah.
So we do have this activity with emotions, and some emotions do manifest. Those that are released in the universe with the emotional mind, do they also manifest even after we emptying our body and soul?
Okay, so you're asking, when we release the emotions in the universe,
And then empty our body and mind.
then do they manifest?
Yeah.
Right. So, good question. So, what do you mean by release is where the big discussion is. Do you release them properly? How do you release your emotions? How do you release your emotions, Sumana?
Believing that they are true, they are going to happen. But we believe that they are not true later.
Suppose you get angry, how do you release your anger? What do you do?
What do you do? We just,
Do you just, I mean, there are many ways of dealing with anger. One is you can shout, scream at the next person, one way. Second is you can repress it. You get angry and you just hide it in the body, and it shows in your face, but you don't say anything. Second way. And there could be a third way, but what do you do when you get angry?
it depends on the situation. First, I observe if it is true. If it is repeating the second time, I then recognize, and then later, if it is definitely time to react or respond, then we'll see.
So you talked about manifestation. Let's take the example of anger. Suppose you repress your anger, you keep it in your body. It will create disease. Could even create, if people who repress anger for years, they'll get really bad liver, could even get other diseases, so it'll manifest. Suppose you express all the time. If you express all the time, then you're affecting other people. You're getting into their energy field. And you express to them, they get angry, they express to another person, they get angry, and it continues. The anger travels in the world. So you manifest a lot of anger in the world by just expressing it also. What's the best way to express an anger? Body, breath. Feel it in your body, breathe into it. Breathe. You get angry, breathe and just go, yeah, I'm very angry, and get even more angry, get more angry. Oh, I'm really angry. Keep breathing into it, and then let go. Again, feel into it. It takes a little bit of work. Birds know how to do it. Have you seen two birds fighting, big birds fighting? And then what do they do after they fight? They do something like, with their wings, they release the anger. So use your body movements. As we said, use the body, use the breath, and consciously release the anger. Then, Sumana, it will not manifest. Then you've given it to the higher consciousness. Mother Earth or your soul has dissolved it. It's only when you repress it, then it'll manifest, or express it, then it'll manifest. But if you witness it with the body, All through the soul, you might reflect and go, oh, let me have compassion for this person. I was angry at them, but they have so much suffering. I can see it now. I let it go. So by awareness that everybody is suffering
Okay. If
and
it,
everybody wants an end to their suffering. So if you have that soul feeling awareness, again, you can release. Yeah, go on.
so you're saying to use body and then body connects to the soul.
Yeah,
I mean,
body is always connected. Yeah,
is it subconsciously traveling to soul and higher self, or is it we doing?
soul is completely in every part of your body. It's the emptiness in your body that is the soul. The emptiness of soul is the higher self. So this is how shunyata, emptiness is, right? So it is everywhere in the body. When we say feel it in your body, basically using sensations. What's the sensation of anger? Where am I feeling it? Is it in my stomach? Is it in my head? Let me breathe into it. And as soon as you start breathing, you're connected more to the soul. Soul is more connected to the higher self. Everything starts just with the breath. And then the anger starts dissolving a little bit and it just disappears because there's an infinity it goes into and it's gone.
Mhm. Okay. And
And then nobody's, yeah.
so the pointer is it is do not release anger or any negative emotion.
Don't repress it, don't express it.
Don't represent, don't express.
Feel it, observe it through
Ah,
the breath. Yeah,
we'll do that.
yeah.
And second last question is, do we have to use body or directly practice devotional service or devotion to gods or higher self in order to calm the mind? Is it step by?
Ask it again.
I
Use the
mean, do you
body.
have to go through step by step process of using body, soul, and then reaching the higher self
Ah,
or directly?
no, you can reach directly. If your devotion is complete, boom, you just reach the higher self. There's no need to, that's why different people have different paths. Saraswati Ma just gave every level that people use. Some people use yoga, which is body, breathing. Some people use soul feeling. Some people just pray. She just gave all of them. But no, if you're like Meera and you're just completely in devotion, you're an 8-year-old and you met your Krishna in a statue and then you just completely surrendered, very high devotion, you can get enlightened. People say Meera became one with when she died, she was in this temple and she just dissolved in this statue, She almost became rainbow body. She was that enlightened. Jesus was that enlightened. So no, it's not necessarily to use every level, but if you want to be skillful, it can help because not everybody is going to have devotion like Meera, right?
Even lady
So we
gods like Parvati Ma, even women can worship them to receive higher self
of
calmness.
course, of course, women used to worship goddesses in these goddess temples. Next book, all of that wisdom is
I mean,
there.
which is the best one? Do we have to worship gods or goddesses, especially for women in current times?
Who's asking that question? The mind. So ask your body. You have the answer. It's not the same answer for everybody. For some women, it's a god. For some women, it's a goddess. Only you know that. Your soul knows that. But if the mind is asking that question, there is no answer to that. Ask your body, who do I resonate with? Like I resonate with Parvati Ma, Lakshmi Ma, Saraswati Ma. Somebody might resonate with Krishna, with Shiva. Only way to know the answers to that is your body, soul, and higher self. Don't ask the mind. Mind will be
Oh,
confused. So
uh,
that means you breathe in and you start resonating. Who do I resonate more with? Breathe out. Breathe in, feel your heart, and suddenly the answer will be there. Oh, I really love Krishna. Oh, I really love Lakshmi Ma. You'll know the answer because these are non-linear questions. Your soul has had a life path, soul path with them for many lifetimes. How can there be one answer to that? You might have worshipped Krishna for 5 lifetimes and you're in this life and you still resonate with Krishna. Nobody can tell you that you should resonate with Radha or Lakshmi. So that is the individual soul path. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
connect with love and then connect with higher self, you see.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Sumana, most welcome. और नेक्स्ट वीक सेकंड पार्ट करेंगे आई थिंक इट्स ईव मेरी एंड सीता ऑफ थाउजेंड सीड्स ऑफ जॉय तो वो भी बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग कहानियां हैं तो 7 हफ्ते करेंगे और थर्सडे को उर्मिला जी हैं जॉइन हर सेशन बड़े प्यारे सेशन होते हैं मैं ज़्यादा बोलता हूँ वो बहुत गाने भी गाती हैं मेडिटेशन कराती हैं तो बड़ा मजा आता है उनके सेशन में आई एंजॉय ईच ऑफ हर सेशंस शी विल कम 9 p.m. on Thursday. We'll start doing this maybe every day अगर people want to join every day 9 p.m. you come and we'll get some teacher once a week so it'll be a lot of fun ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं ठीक है okay so that would be fun if there is interest in that okay thank you everybody and we'll see you soon next Tuesday for sure एंड उसके पहले देवी क्रिया में तो मिलेंगे ही देवी क्रिया के वीडियोस देखो ज्वाइन करो वो ग्रुप और आने लग जाओ सुबह कम लोग आ रहे हैं थोड़ा आप सुबह सुबह करोगे ना क्रिया तो पूरा दिन अच्छा जाता है ठीक है ओके गुड नाइट
Yes.
एवरीवन
Good night. Thank you so much.